So I have my big ass shotgun, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Or let's say it's my MCX, right? And it's like, guys, I'm having trouble pieing around the corner. I can't. They're like, yo, just step back from cover. I don't know what it is like in airsoft in over there, but like some of the spaces in CQB are literally like less than 4 feet, 3 feet. It's like a little tiny thing, and you're doing this. Like you can't. Like there is no stepping back.
Like, yeah. No. He's right. He's right. Totally, I endorse him on everything he's saying. He's like, I see a lot of those comments. Why don't you just do this? Why don't you like look? He's not an idiot. I hope, but it's like, yeah, there's so many places, even in Osaka, where it's like you think CQB. No, we call this super CQB, where it's like less than a meter, and like even without your gun up, like in your high ready or low ready, you're still going like this.
like I used to hate it when people were like, oh, why are they putting the shock stock over the shoulder? And then you play CQB and like, oh, I would just do this then. Like,
yeah, it's like, do you want to die or live?
Yeah, so like. There's a lot of that. I don't know if you guys had that in Osaka. Did you guys have the jiggle peak where the guys they're just like this?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, where they like look like they're about to like break their neck.
Yeah, like that's a thing. Jiggle peak.
You know, yeah. And they do that a lot.
I think one of the main different play styles as well between American and I think you said this. It's like one of the fundamental skills in airsoft in Japan is being able to transition fast. Like you got to transition like this really quickly. I don't know if they do that in the States because they have so much space. They can do that, you know?
Yeah, it'd be a lot of times because especially if you're running HPA, there's not a whole lot of going this. But in Japan, you're constantly practicing to go like this.
Yeah, the UAB flip, the UAB flip. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This UAV flip where you gotta get it over your visor and everything.
Exactly, man.
It's just practice, but yeah, I see people they practice switching in the States, but it's not as imperative because the barricades are much further apart, so you can just reposition yourself to angle on your strong arm.
Exactly, you know, right.
And then a lot of people are also coming into this hobby from real steel, and then it's like, why would you do that? Because of this and this and that
and everything, right?
Yeah, and then the brass going into your face. I'm like, yes, but keep in mind that even if you use airsoft as a training tool, which a lot of people in the past 2 years joining have, and that's cool. That's you.
Yeah.
Ammo prices are garbage right now. But anyways, because when I go to the States, I'm always like doing real steel shooting instead of airsoft.
Yeah.
No, I'd rather shoot BBs. Right now, I'm gonna shoot BBs. Yeah. But anyways, back to your question. It's like, in Japan, you really need to practice swapping your shoulder shooting and shooting offhand. Because I know some people are like, why do you shoot offhand? Just reposition or just shoot, like bump your shoulder like this and shoot, which you can. But in general, you want to get strong at shooting offhand because of how tight it is in Japan.
Exactly. You know? Like, even if you switch like this, it's uncomfortable. And sometimes you got to get that cheese angle and like really minimize your thing. Like you got to be as minimal as possible. Because even just doing this, you're pretty exposed. Like your whole arm is exposed, right?
Just keep you see everyone. You see how his arm is sticking out, that elbow.
I will get hit.
That's enough. Because Japanese players are really accurate. That's one thing I gotta say compared to like America. They spend hours just zeroing their optics.
Yeah, man.
That's all they need.
They will hit you, bro. They will hit you. Like, bro. Okay. I don't know if it's a thing in the States. Is UAB peaking a thing? Because that was the bane of my first year. Holy mac, guys, I'll tell you what it is, bro. Like, all right. So you have a Glock, okay? Clear, okay? So basically, if you have like a piece of cover, let's say this microphone, it's basically this, bro. Oh my, like this. Have fun shooting that guy. Like,
it's whack-a-mole.
and they're so good at it and you have a little sliver and you're out mountain looking like this, they will come out like this and you will get hit in the nose. Like they will hit you. They practice that. There's a place called Kana Gym, UAB Gym. It's literally just a small room and all they do is practice that hours on end. Like, I don't know. Do they do that? Is that a paintball? I heard that's a paintball thing.
I think in America there is a derivative style of playing that copies a lot of that paintball stuff, but also I feel like Japanese UAB is a mix of high-end optimized sabage play plus watching how speedsofters in the States play, especially like on West Coast, like California, LA area.
Oh, they love the demo, man. The demo is huge. They love it. They love him over here.
Yeah. He's I just ran into him like 2 months ago. Anyways, demo, those guys.
Yeah.
Like SYG, all of them. Like that all is derived. Like UAB is derived from all that paintball style, and then it takes the Japanese high-end like prestige 17 level play, mixes it together, and that's what you get where the people are like breaking their neck to get out of the cover. But like we joke about it right now, but like I dare anybody come over here in Japan and try not to die.
Basically, I'm waiting for the day for an American player to come and be like, I'll take you out, and then they're like, yo, this is the worst experience ever. It's like, bro, you gotta train.
You're gonna be sniped. Like, and it's always shocking too. You're like, okay, I got the superior angle on him. There's 3 of us. There's 1 of him. I can take him. You peek out for 0.5 seconds.
You're done.
Boom. You just hear a clink onto your right around your face area, and you're like, where does that come from?
Where did that come from, man? Sometimes the UAB, usually they're stationary, but sometimes there'll be like a different variant of them where they rotate you out of nowhere. You're like, he just came behind me. Like, what did he call? I did not even hear this guy. Like, he was right there, but he's already behind you. I was like, what the fun buckets? So like,
it's Japan, man. Ninjas.
It probably has to do with just the amount of space too. Like they
get used to it.
Yeah, we don't have the space to move around and rotate, so they just make use of that piece of cover. You know what I mean? So that's it, and they just use up and down, up and down. Sometimes I had a double UAB once; it was terrible. But what's your strategy? Just curious. What's your strategy against those guys?
So I actually went to a few of their seminars for my job, because my dad was like, all right, you play airsoft a lot, go train with them. I trained with them like 2 or 3 weekends. I went to Kyoto, and some of the guys from Black Fox came down from Tokyo. Nice. And they trained me. I was garbage. I consider myself a decent player both in airsoft and sabage, but against these guys I was like dying left and right. They're like, okay, stop this tactical shit. And do this. And I was like, whoa, okay. But you have to really just be open-minded. So I learned not how to defeat them using special skills. I just learned how they play and then exploit that.
Exactly.
So one thing, here's the cheats, guys. So I often can take them out. Now, if you have a good enough gun, you gotta have a snappy trigger, because if you can't like pop off around in less than a second, you're not gonna hit them.
If you get that semi-lock, it's done.
You semi-lock your gun. Oh shit! But they have a pattern. They'll come out of cover high. They always come out high first. And they'll see you, then they'll drop down. You immediately stay out of cover. If they're not gonna, if they don't fire back at you, stay aiming and just aim down, aim like half a meter, and just pop them. And they'll be like, bam, in the face.
That's always the patterns: up, down, and
but they're not super predictable. They're not super predictable. But what I usually do is I know that this is a chess. This is like 4D chess, right? They're either gonna come out. They're gonna probably come out on their second peak. They're gonna come out low. But some of them, they're smart. They're like, I'll just come out the second time out. So what you do is you wait like a half a second. As soon as you see something move, you pop low, and then move up, pop again on. So that whole like 1-2 thing, and then most likely they'll get hit. Otherwise, they'll rotate you. So you need to do that, then move back.
Oh,
because they'll come around.
That's
true.
Yeah. So it's either you gotta play the game, like flip a coin, like hopefully you can get the right pick. One thing that I found successful back in the day was suppression. So basically, when they do the first peak, I just had my gas blowback, and I just because the gas blowback has the best trigger response, right? So it's like, and I would just move up. I'll move up on them while suppressing them, and then I'm either right in front of them, and then I think one thing that actually worked, I suppressed the shit out of them, and my boy rotated them because they would just wait, right? And then he just got rotated because they can't peek out if they're getting suppressed, right? They can't do that cheese because there's just BBs going down. So that was one strategy, but usually these days I just avoid them. If I see a UAB, I'm like, I'm out. I'm rotating. And no point.
They're easy to spot too. They're wearing all black.
Yep.
They're wearing like sport pants.
Yep.
Like Nikes.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
The backwards hat, the t-shirt, the compression gear, and the high kappa. Or the ARP9. Sorry, it's the ARP9.
Any gun that's this short, basically.
Yeah, baby. Did you guys have that? Did you guys was it in Osaka where you guys had the field that banned UAB?
I don't think it was here.
I think it was Hiroshima or something. Like Hiroshima. I think they had a field, and it was a big thing on Twitter. And then even Okisaba, one of the YouTubers, they were talking about it. It was like banning UAB style. Like, what is UAB, right? I can't lie though. Like for a new player, if you're up against a UAB player, yo, good luck. Just go sit out. Let's go sit out.
They don't even go. They won't go easy on you either.
No, they won't.
They're just like, no, that's just an extra kill for me.
Yeah, it's good time. I get to practice. I'm practice. So it's just UAB is probably the hardest thing. I've kind of learned to. I was always like, I'm a hardcore. I want to be tactical and like have the proper stance. But over the last year or so, I've learned to just take from best of both worlds. So like, like I always hated it when people just disrespect the rifle, and they just like put the shit on their shoulder. They hold it like this. But at the same time, like since it's one life game modes and I'm paying X amount of money to go play, like I don't want to get hit for my pride. So like I'll start taking pieces of it, right? Like I'll start taking some of that head peeking. Actually, I don't do that. It hurts my head to do that. But like I'll take pieces of UAB and I'll take pieces of Milsim.
Yeah. And you can take real steel stuff as well, like T-Rex arms, Project Gecko, all that stuff. It helps. Everything. It won't translate 100%, but it will help. It will help.
Like I remember in quarantine, the real quarantine that we had for like 2 months. I just spent the whole time watching Garand Thumb, Ronin Tactics, and T-Rex Arms. And I was just learning how to present my rifle because before I didn't I had my rifle down, like this, I didn't really know how to get the right sight picture. I didn't know what high ready was. I learned all those fundamentals and everything over that, and it was the only reason I was able to compete with like anybody after I came back from things. So I recommend anybody you just take the real steel techniques because they have validity, right? Because the real steel techniques have one life in mind. Right, because you can't try again, right? So, but it's the same. It's kind of like the same thing, right? Like, do you want to sit out for 20 minutes? No, like I want to play my life, right? So I want to be able to have those techniques. So it's a good mix to have both, I think.
Yes,
100%.
I 100% agree.
And everybody loves T-Rex arms here. There are so many T-Rex arms cosplayers. Everyone out here looking like Lucas Botkin.